spend the morning with me as a toddler mom and wife. And mornings have been a little chaotic recently, so here we go. Before I started filming, I got myself semi-ready as well as my daughter, change her diaper, lotion, all of that. I printed out my supplement schedule and posted it in this cabinet, and I do share this cabinet with my brother-in-law. He keeps his little liquor in there, and I keep our supplements in here. But it was just getting too much to keep up with. I needed just like a visual guide to look at because I just be getting overstimulated by literally everything these days. So this has made my life a lot easier, and I am taking quite a bit of supplements right now because I'm on a journey to heal my chronic hives. So these are the ones that I start my morning out with on an empty stomach. But you can see what I'm doing, so let's talk about something else because you can clearly see what I'm doing. I've been in such a funky mood lately, and I know that it has to do with just my lack of sleep and just everything to do with that. I've not had good rest since my daughter's been born, and it's really just frustrating for me. Hold up, I want you guys to see her sign and ask for more. You want some blueberries? More. Good job. Yeah, more.
That was so clear.
That was a good more.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Also, side note, I don't want anyone to say anything about my kitchen being kind of messy because I'm trying my best, okay? I clean my kitchen every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, and yet somehow some part of it is dirty or it just looks the same. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying my best over here. But anyways, like I was saying, it's just really hard to not be able to sleep when you want, for how long you want, for even sometimes like how you want. And yes, I spilled my matcha. I didn't close the lid, but here we go. So it's just been really hard, and I get really frustrated. So we've been trying the Dr. J. Gordon method. If you follow me on TikTok, you might have heard me share my experience for the first few days, and it's been like maybe a month or over a month at this point, and we're still struggling. But I will say I think she is for the most part weaned, but like right after we started seeing some progress, I think she started teething, and she only has like 4 teeth left, and they're like the big molars in the back, which hurt the most. So yeah, side note, I love this creamer. It only has 4 ingredients. It's organic. It's amazing. It tastes so good. And don't worry about my nails. I know they look crazy. Why you need all the condiments and seasonings right now? Why you trying to be me?
Exactly.
Why you trying? This is on brand for me.
Like, keep my tea.
No.
It's getting feet on toes at the same time.
Did you like the banana?
Karina, stop screaming.
Did you like it? I love my family so much. I'm so grateful for everything that God has given me, but I find myself sometimes being unhappy just because it's so frustrating to not be able to sleep. It affects so much more than I realized that it would have. And I obviously didn't know that this is how things would have been, and it's just hard. It's just really hard. The other thing is that I have been experiencing some rage and frustration, especially when it takes her a long time to go to sleep, and I see that she's clearly sleepy. Like yesterday, for example, it took her like an hour to go to sleep, and I was nursing for most of that time. When I got out of that bed, I literally felt like I was dying because people, I don't know if you guys know this, but it takes so much for your body to breastfeed, to produce milk, for all of that. So having to do this constantly throughout the night, it's just very difficult. And I find it very ironic that I was doing this voiceover talking about how I'm frustrated when it comes to her. You hear her? Yeah, she was napping. She was napping while I was doing this voiceover, and she woke up earlier than she should have. So she's here staring at me, and I'm gonna finish this video because that is what I have set my mind to do. And she's fine. She's playing. She's good. I just feel like recently I've been trying to figure out what systems work, and I feel like the morning is pretty good right now because she's a bit predictable with what she's going to do, and it'll just be wake up, get ready, have some breakfast, get the pets ready for the day as well, feed them, do whatever they need, say good morning to them, and then go for a walk. Or if I need to do some sort of errand, our walk will be the errand. And then by the time we come back, we'll wind down for a little bit. She'll play a little. I noticed that when we go back in the house, she has a little surge of energy. So we need to play for a little bit. And then she'll show me that she's probably ready to go to sleep. We'll take a nap. And then after the nap, someone's at my door. I don't know who it is. I was not expecting anyone. It was UPS. It's okay. But I'm going to end this video on a positive note because I feel like I've just been complaining this whole time. And that's truly been just the mood and mentality that I've been in. So I feel like it would be just false and fake of me to come on here and be like, everything's great. This is what I'm doing today. Love it. You know, like that's just not the reality of what I'm in right now. I was talking to my husband, just, you know, sharing these frustrations with him. And he reminded me of the verse in the Bible that is that man does not live on bread alone and that you should rely on the Spirit. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but we know as believers, as Christians, that we need to rely on God and the Spirit, the Holy Spirit that dwells in us. And this is all that we need. Everything else is extra. And when you're in the midst of, you know, frustrations and they're constant and consistent, it is really hard to practice this and it's really hard to remember it. But that's why we have our community, we have the word, so that we are able to just, you know, uplift and help one another, especially having a partner that is a believer. That is why God calls us to be equally yoked, but that is a discussion for another day. But anyways, yeah, so he was telling me that he understands he can't really relate 100% because our baby relies on me a lot more than she relies on him for certain things like comfort and nursing. And, you know, she always wants me for the most part. So he's not discounting the fact that that is hard. But he just wanted me to remember that Jesus sacrificed so much for us. And in motherhood, we find ourselves sacrificing a lot for our children, like our time, not being able to eat, not being able to sleep. We give them so much of ourselves. We pour into them so much. And we get so little. We don't get to pour into ourselves as much in this time period. But this is going to pass. She's going to get older. She's going to get more independent. I know that I'm going to look back and reflect and really miss her being this little, but for now, I just have to remember to just lean on God. That is the moral of this story. She finally went to sleep, but you guys know the spoiler that she ended up not sleeping for that long, and I thought I was free. You guys can see I was doing my little happy dance, but anyways, the moral still stays the same. Love you guys.